Hi there, this is your friend Brendra dear. This is the early hours of this beautiful morning. All around you will find the birds are twittering, the sun is yet to rise. There is not sufficient light in the surroundings, but still there is some brightness in that glory I am basking. Beloved friends, today this morning I want to talk to you about reading. As Francis Bacon said, reading makes a man wise, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. And he further said, some books are to be seen, others are to be read, but some few are to be read, chewed and digested. That is the real secret of becoming great. Just by reading several great books, you will have superfluous ideas you cannot understand unless you dwell upon it, brood over it, think over it, contemplate over it and meditate over it. What Dr. Napoleon Hill said, that read the book not only one time but several times. And as you keep on reading the books time and again, new and broader ideas will start flashing in your mind and keep on writing. So reading is very, very important. But you also remember, your goal is to be wise, your goal is to be very intelligent. By stimulating your intelligence, and you want to discover and get a clear concept of the thought in your mind about a subject. So reading is very, very important, dear friends. And by reading a lot, chewing and digesting, you will develop tremendous depth in that particular subject. And if you have the knowledge, the specialized knowledge, then your wisdom will be directly proportional to your knowledge, and you can be really a very wise person. So you will be illuminated in the light of the wisdom, in the light of the path you have learned from the poets, the sages, the greats, the saints, the authors, the writers, the prophets. From Buddha, the Confucius and Jesus Christ. They all were great teachers and they have taught. Buddha said, I am truth. Jesus Christ said, I and Father are the one. And so forth. All the great people acquired this knowledge by connecting their mind with that of the infinite intelligence. Because man will always remain ignorant. It has limitations. It cannot become the wisest because the wisdom is directly proportional to the knowledge. There is only one perennial source of information, knowledge, and all the mysterious things are hidden in the beautiful nature. That is the nature, that is called infinite intelligence. Nature, that is the ultimate force. God permeates through nature. It manifests and demonstrates through nature. So every particle of the universe is having the presence of that infinite energy. That cosmic intelligence is all-pervading, omnipotent, omniscient. So if you want to be wise, the greatest way is to dwell on a subject and try to be a spiritual person and connect your mind with that of the infinite intelligence, which is the perennial source of all information, knowledge. That's why the scientists discovered so many mysteries of the universe and they made our life comfortable. Buddha meditated upon, dwelled upon, and found the path of truth, peace, love, and the tranquil state of mind. Jesus Christ dwelt upon, meditated, and all these great Confucius combined, always looked for the ultimate wisdom to that infinite intelligence, God. And they connected their mind with that of God. And so they become so great. Even Abraham Lincoln, he connected his mind with that of the God. And so any decision taken by that great Napoleon the Great, or Abraham Lincoln, or for that matter any great person, was never wrong. They always take right decision because God knows everything else. The human being can never know everything else. So beloved friends, the ultimate source of wisdom and energy and everything is the infinite intelligence. Connect your mind, be spiritual, create the sufficient background for this. Truth and justice, peace, love and non-violence. Only a pure heart can have access to the kingdom of God. But there is one important point which I want to share with you. Look at Ralph Waldo Emerson. He wrote several essays, Oversoul, Self-reliance, Compensation, and he was one of the wisest person. And he wrote Henceforth please God, for if I have forego the yokes of man opinion, I will be light-hearted as bird. I found him in the bottom of my heart. I hear his voice continually therein. Beloved friends, you will be only self-reliant when you have tremendous knowledge from all the great people who have given the treasure of knowledge. Learn some of the basics from all the greats, then make your own very strong foundation. You have created a very fertile soil, and now you have to sow the seed of your own thought. Because just by copying other thoughts, you can never be recognized and accepted as a great man. All the great scientists, all the great authors, all the great poets, they have original ideas. They were never just dependent on somebody's borrowed thoughts and ideas. But unless you have read sufficiently, you will have not enough background to think and imagine. For your imagination, for your creative vision, you have to have tremendous knowledge. Look at Ralph Waldo Emerson. He has studied almost every great epics, all the books on this planet Earth. He was himself a clergyman. He was teaching Bibles to the students. And then he really understands the greatest source of wisdom. Look at other greats. Buddha meditated, contemplated years together. Then he really discovered the path of truth, peace, love and justice. So unless you study a lot, you will not have sufficient background. Shakespeare, Milton, Einstein, Newton, Edison, Wright brothers, so many great people who gave us so much. They really studied a lot. They studied the nature, and there may not be education which is a formal education from schools and colleges. They are misleading. Everything is just kept in the brain in the form of your great software developed by the great infinite intelligence. Simply you have to bring it out from your own mind by contemplating, by thinking. Thinking, man, thinking will make you great. Reading will make you fail. Just reading is not enough. But remember, you have to start by reading. You may learn from books. You can learn from nature. You can learn from scripts. You can learn from the great gurus and saints and everyone else. But it is finally up to you. You have to contemplate over it, think over it, dwell upon it, and then you will get instinctive impression of the treasure of knowledge you have acquired. But be very sure, there are thousands and millions to discourage you. People have cheap opinion. They will discourage you that this man is reading, but they do not know that reading is the first step towards wisdom. Unless you have knowledge, you can never be wise. And dare to start when you have started reading, because you cannot wait till you become the great Christ, Buddha or Confucius. You have to start talking what you have read. You have to start talking what you are thinking. Be brave. Never hear to the people who tell you he is reading. We must read. We must understand. We must talk. We must develop a concept. We must understand it very clearly. But everything starts from the first steps. Remember it. We have the power. We have the intelligence. We have the power of the brain to contemplate, to meditate, to dwell upon, to think, and then we can become definitely anything what you have dreamed and desired in life, because we rely upon the supreme intelligence, what is the greatest gift of the Lord at the time of birth, in the form of mind, to control and direct towards any goal what we dream and desire to achieve in our life. That is the true secret of success, beloved friends. Read, think and grow rich. Read the law of success, principles of Napoleon Hill. Read Bible. Read the concept of Buddha about peace, prosperity and success. Read James Allen books, As a Man Thinketh. Read William James' book on psychology. Read Norman Vincent Peale, The Positive Thinking. Read several books of the greats. Unless you read, you will have no knowledge. You will never be wise. You will never have wisdom. You will be drifting in the ocean of life. you will be just, in the darkness of your ignorance, pain, sorrows and suffering will be your perennial partner. If you want to get rid of all these, if you want to be self-reliant, self-confident, a self-believing person, a person who understands that he is not just mediocre, he has the wisdom to understand everything very clearly in the light of his own intelligence and knowledge which he has acquired from the best. He will never be surrendering before anyone, because every person is born great. Man is created equally by the infinite intelligence. There is no difference from man to man. It is a difference in the thinking process of the man. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you think you will lose, you are lost. For out in the world we find success begins with the person's will. It's in the state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You have got to think high to rise. You have to be sure of yourself, even you can win a prize. Life's battle don't always go to the stronger, the faster man, but sooner or later the one who wins is the one who thinks one can. Beloved friends, be a winner. Turn a deaf ear to the mediocres. They know only one thing: criticizing people, deploring people, insulting people, dampening the spirit of the people, demoralizing the people, shaking the basic foundations of the self-belief, confidence, and generate a concept of fear, doubt, indecision, procrastination, lack of self-belief and self-confidence. They start brooding and become moody and discouraged and disappointed, and these people will never succeed in life because some of the close friends, relatives, they have dampened the spirit of the man and tell, you cannot do it. You cannot do it, don't hear that. This is the most insulting word on earth. Somebody said, you have read it, you tell proudly, yes, I am a conqueror. I am a victorious person. I want to win the world. I have initiative. I have the power of enthusiasm. I have the power of the will. I have the power of determination. I am the master of my fate and I am the captain of my soul because I have absolute control on my thought. The thought of greatness, the thought of success, the thought of becoming the benevolent, the philanthropist, the great in any area and callings, whatever I desire and dream. I dream lofty dreams, and as I dream, so shall I be. I have a great visions and ideals, and I always remind myself, oh, it's a lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. And I also say very loudly, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Make your own way, be self-reliance, and always remember, man is his own star, and the soul that can. Man is his own star, and the soul that can fashion a great man with light, with influence, with fate and destiny in his own hand. And that man will really control the whole universe. The whole worlds are meant to conquer and to rule. This is the glory of the man, to be a self-believing, self-confident, a self-reliant man. But its stringent rules are very clear. The man has to go through schooling to create this self-belief and self-confidence, and there begins the journey in reading, in contemplating, in meditating, in reaching the supreme heights in their life. And the man is very wise to understand. We have not wings, we cannot soar. We have not wings, we cannot soar. But we have feet to scale and climb by slow degrees and more, the cloudy summits of our time. Beloved friends, I thank you very much. Be a man of self-belief, self-faith, self-reliance, self-confidence. You have the power of your mind. Remember always, you can do it if you believe you can, and always depend on your own thought, which has been brought to you once you have studied the greatest books on this planet Earth, and then now your mind is sufficient. An eligible soil, a fertile land to get some new crops of your wisdom and intelligence, and that will really glorify the world, give some new dimensions, and add some new thoughts and concepts, some new discoveries and inventions to the mankind. But you have to go slowly and steadily. You have to turn a deaf ear to the opinions of the people. Keep your mind closed. Go to the people who are like-minded. Birds of the same feather flock together. The like-minded people who unitedly in the alliance will create a new brain, that is a mastermind, and all will get benefit, but have a purpose. Will to go extra mile, must have a personal initiative. Be blessed by energy, enthusiasm, positive mental attitude, a sound physical health, and have the courage to learn from adversities and misfortune. And always believe in the ultimate Supreme Lord. Surrender yourself to the will of God, and you will derive the knowledge, the power, the potential, the ability, the capability to take full possession of your brain, and then you will be able to take full possession of anything which is worth having on this planet Earth. And then you must remember, you are an equal temper of heroic heart to strive, to seek, to find, and not to ill. Ha ha! You are great, you are wonderful, you are successful. Roar like a lion. Your words must be heard in the universe that once upon a time a great person like you were born, who believe in himself, who have the courage, who have the conviction, who can face the whole universe because he believes in himself. He is Socrates, he is Christ, he is Galileo, he is Columbus, he is Buddha, he is Copernicus, he is Milton, he is Shakespeare, he is anybody and everybody who make this world so beautiful and bright. You have to add your name after your death in that supreme man of the earth. Because lives of great men all remind us, we can make our life sublime and departing leave behind us the footprints on the sands of time. Yes, believe in our deeds, in our action, in our great thoughts, in our noble thoughts, and we can add some new chapters in the history of the greats with our original thought, never duplicating, but start with reading, contemplate over it, meditate over it, and grow slowly and steadily, stronger and stronger in the clear concept of the subject. And remember, you are the maker of your own fortune. You are the master of your fate, and you are the captain of your soul. But you have a desire, burning intense desire. You have the power of will. You have the power of persistence. You have the power of dogged determination and willpower. And you have got the conviction that you are not ordinary. You are born great. You can do it because you have the supreme power of your brain. And the great Almighty Father is always your guardian guru. You have trust in God. You can do mighty works in the name of the God. You appropriate myself with the power that you can become what you want to be. You can do what you want to do because you always use the creative energy force. You connect your mind with the supreme consciousness and you derive all the sources of intelligence, the power, the energy, the enthusiasm, the determination, the conviction, the belief and faith from that Almighty Father. Beloved friends, I thank you very much for encouraging me to read, to learn, and to digest those things very clearly and become a wise man. That's your lessons also. Do the same thing. And I love you and thank you very much. Always keep your mind focused on some noble thoughts and great thoughts. You will become what you think to be. You will become what you desire to be. There's no doubt about it. But be ready to face the challenges. Be ready to face the challenges. And once you are facing challenges, remember the great poem of Guest, Edgar Albert Guest. When you are up against a trouble, meet it squarely, face to face. Lift your chin and set your shoulders and plant your feet. Lift your chin and set your shoulders, plant your feet and take a breath. When it's vain to try to dodge it, When it's vain to try to dose it, do the best that you can do. You may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Make yourself in fighting trim. When the worst is bound to happen, despite all that you can do, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile. Even hope may seem but futile. And with troubles you are beset. But remember you are facing what all the greats have met. You may fall, but never fall. You may fail, but fight falling. You may fail, but fall still fighting. Do not give up. Whatever you do, eyes front, head high to the finish. I thank you very much. I love you and respect you. Let's unite, become a combined force of laser beam, and illuminate the earth with wisdom, brightness, success, glory, and greatness. And tell your heart, peace, be still. And thank you very much.